Oh. Let's just get into it. Let me get a playlist going for the Twitch peeps. I am tired, chat. Too goddamn tired. Ooh, dad rock mix. Full screen. So we did a little bit of layer paint stuff last night, specifically boxing in the horns. That was a big one. But yeah, I think we get the layer paint stuff done. I think we do gold first. I think we finish the gold up. We got to do some layer paint highlights with the skin. We also have to go back in and do some of the shade washes. Not like full washes. We're going to do more of like a pin washing thing with the shades. Specifically Reichland Flesh. Clear some of the pigment off this. Made adjustments to my list. I'm still not thinking my list is good in any ways. But at the very least, it has more mechanical function to try to like achieve goals and keep things safe until it's time to use them. They're not strong things, but they're still things. Now it's time to practice patience. The fastest army in the game don't need to just always go. What's up, Francois? It's always good. Ooh, layer paint day. How goes the progress on the Aldari Titan? Stencils come in yet? Slow build this up. I think I quickly applied a lot of this paint on the infractors and the flawless blades, so it doesn't like feel as good. But I've watered it down a bit more for this because I kind of want to like get it to work a little bit better with the build up and the texture. Might take a little bit of extra time, but these are the centerpiece models, so perfectly fine doing that. Yep, trying to push through my Demon Prince. Get it up to snuff. That way the February tournament, I'll have it accessible and ready to go. Venerable Dreadnought in limbo. Made to order stencils in limbo. Crazy times. I'm just hella tired. But we gotta get through it. Gotta focus. We gotta push. Counterbalance on the cannon looks like a drawer handle. It always sucks when, like, of all the things on, like... I'm one of the people who don't like Titans. Not the stats, not the fact that they exist. I do feel like they're old. And that visually, they don't really match. Or have, like, as good of a, an aesthetic anymore. Like it's from a bygone era. And they haven't really been updated. And, like, sure, that's kind of, like, the thing, right? Like, Titans and 40K are old. So it kind of makes sense. But every time I look, like, one of the guys at the store has a Warlord Titan. And every time he brings it into Nerdflex, like during events and stuff, I see it and immediately do not like how it looks. My first thought is always, man, that's going to take if I buy one, that'll take a lot of effort to make it look okay. which kind of sucks. Like, the very peculiar rumor that I was occasionally hearing about how they were going to try to make it so that, like, the larger models like that were going to all have plastic kits and be updated visually. I get that it's far-fetched, but by God, do I want that to happen. Alright. I'm painting it over here, so let me... There you go. Yeah, but I've seen the Phantom, the Eldari Phantom, and then I've seen a Warlord, and I've seen a Warhound. And just, they don't look good. Could you imagine if one day they were like, we redid them, we updated them fully. Tons of cool new detail on it. Like, technically, the relief sculpture effect I did with my castigator, like, that would be the premise of how my Warlord Titan would look. I would need to buy, like, thousands of dollars. Just to make one of, like, the Forge World large Titans even look remotely okay to me. Microphone. Gotta move it. Oh, phone call. Jesus. Ugh. Phone calls. You're saying it's armor cast? What kind of gun is it? Because it is the internet. There are most likely images. Armor cast, Eldar, Titan, Psi Cannon. Hold, please. Open image. Is it this? Is this what you're talking about? Or is it the other gun? That's a different gun. Is the gun on the other side the gun? Do you know? It's a distortion cannon. Is this even the right model? Or is this... Hang on. Open image. So this isn't it then. Okay. There's 4 guns and a fist for options. I'm trying to find it. Like a good scene of it. Oh, why? Why is it like 10 DPI? Is it this? Because this is the gun that you're saying it's not. Is this not the gun as well? Let me see if I can find a different one then. No, that's the new model with the underarm. Ooh, maybe it's this. Is it this? Or is that the same one? Is this the same cannon? Looks like the same cannon. I think it's the same cannon. No, maybe it is. Yeah, I think it is. I wish I could see it. Ooh, is it this one? Boop. Is it this? This looks like the same thing with a different head. It's covered in knobs. You've intrigued me. I feel like everyone has this combo in all of these pictures. You're like the one person who has not the same gun. Where is it? Is this it? Open image in new tab. Is it this? I think this is the this feels like the epic scale, right? Like this is epic scale. So you're trying to figure out this, or are you trying to figure out something back here? Because you said the counterbalance, which means it would have to be back here. Which means I need a freaking... I need vision. Give me vision. Genuinely, I wish there was one image that was like, yo, dog, this is a psi cannon. Like, I don't even care if it's on the Titan or not. Just show me a psi cannon, bro. Oh, is that it? Maybe? I don't think it is. No, maybe? No, it's a missile launcher. This isn't it, right? This is the new one, right? Like, this is the underarm, but, like, does it look like this? Like, what the hell does it look like? So this is the Forge World one, but is this what the counterbalance kind of looks like on it? Like a little egg sack that's covered in freaking soul stones. Shooting the souls of the dead at their enemies. Like any good space elf. So you're trying to figure out how to, like, generally color it? Because you said it looks like a door handle, so I'm assuming you're talking about kind of like a doorknob that you're turning. Have you seen the super glue masking technique? I don't know if this is going to work on this because these guys are huge and it probably won't work. See if I can find it. I was actually introduced to it on YouTube. Maybe it's in my history. I've watched none of these videos. Oh, here we are. Skin? Flash? Demon? I know I fully watched Super Glue Masking Flesh. Why am I not finding it? Super Glue Masking Demon Flash? Maybe this is it. No. This sucks, man. I saw a really good short video. Like a short form video. Super Glue Paint. Yes, I think I found it. Oh, Hobby Collab. I watch Hobby Collab. So they do it for flesh tone, but I was debating with what we're doing today to do this with... let me close that out. I was debating doing this today with what we're working on right now. So the gist is you start like white and then you kind of add like a color. Oh, so you've watched this already. Okay, good. So what if for the knob you made it kind of like almost giant crystalline energy where you start dark, like you kind of do like that dark pearling effect, and then over top of it you do the glue, and then you go over top of that with like the brightest of blues and whites, and then you hit it with the alcohol to create that like drawback effect where it creates like the weird little, just go to the end, like this effect, but with extremely bright like white and blue over like black. That could be kind of cool. That's why I was debating doing it with my swords. I was debating doing the swords in yellow, hitting them with super glue, hitting that with orange, and then doing this to the orange. So it has like a crackly orange effect over top of yellow. I thought that could be cool. At least that's my general idea. Whether or not it looks good, that'll be up for future us to decide if we plan on going that route. This is either Dexessa or Seneseza. I can't remember, but this is what I'm using as a stand-in for one of my flying demon princes. I already had the other one, and I was always debating grabbing the second one. And then I won a kill team tournament, which kind of like put me over the edge on that. I went back to the store and I had two things in mind. I was either buying a second Land Raider Protea and attempting to make a working rapid evisceration Emperor's Children list, Or I was going to pick this up if they didn't have it, and then we were just going to try to make a Peerless Bladesman list work, which it won't. I have no doubt in my mind I'm going to lose the tournament the top of next month. I'm probably not even going to place top 10. No, yeah, Francois, it's just something that popped in my head. Because I've been thinking about trying to do something with that technique that's not flesh. Like, I could have done it here. It would have taken a lot of super glue to do it. Yeah, the store didn't have the Protea, so here we are. This is the one we're painting. This is the alternate. I need to trim this. These brushes are cool for how cheap they are, but goddamn. I've never seen a brush try so hard to constantly have a single bristle suddenly like separate from the rest of it. What's up, Jack? You getting anything else together? Got any other projects coming in still? Don't know if you heard, but Aaron's getting back in. He just bought a ton of Necron stuff. A ton of Necron stuff. He picked up a bunch from Ran and then bought a ton as well. Like, I remember waking up and he was like, alright, Doomsday Arc and all these liches and blah 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 ordered. I was like, what? Dude, it's like 2004 in here. I'm taking phone calls and messages from you guys at like 2 in the morning. What about this? What do you think of this list? Well, he got a ton of warriors. He got a ton of... Like, I think he might have just gotten more units than you have. Maybe. I don't know. Your big purchase of Terminators kind of put you over. This guy out here thinking of multiple armies hasn't even mastered one yet. God damn. Ugh. Oh, on your channel? Shorts. Oh, there it is. Mute, mute, mute. There it is. I see it now. I have no idea what you do about this. I think the moment I would have seen this, I would have been like, what can I put on this? what can I add to this to not make it so bad? Like, dear God. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not, like you said, it's not worth soulstoning. Are you using Wraithbone color anywhere on your your Titan? Because honestly, I would just do like a tertiary color. Like if you have a secondary armor color, that's what this is. Like that's it. That way it doesn't get, like, overwhelming. Like, people don't look at it and go, why the hell is that there? Instead, it just becomes a secondary armor color, and then they just don't even notice it. Like, if your overall color scheme is like this, and then, like, a white, or, like, a darker version of this, or a yellow or something, make it the tertiary. Yeah, just make this the tertiary color if you've got one. Because that's it. Or highlight it and leave it black. Like, do a little highlight line somewhere. Like, yeah, this is black. This is just straight black. Here's a little slightly off gray highlight line showing that it's kind of shiny. And we're done. And we're not talking about this anymore. This sucks. Damn. I have no clue. Maybe paint a smiley face on it. The only alternative is to try to make it kind of like a Night Lord freaking lightning, and then hitting it with like Ard Coat to make it look like it's inside of a jar. I guess that would be like the only thing I could think of. What about doing a texture of like dark gray over top of it? That way there's at least some visual interest. Not like a texture, but maybe like a stencil. I know you're getting a stencil. Don't make the whole shape it. I don't know how else to describe this. It's sort of like painting a mural onto a surface. Make it look like it's like black or maybe metallic up to a point. Like you can get like blue tape and then do like a circle, and then just from that point onward you create the illusion of like the lightning, and then hit the ard coat or whatever to make it look like a jar over top of it, and then remove the blue tape so that there's like a straight up black line that makes it look almost like kind of one of those LED light bulbs that has like an actual what is it, opaque color up to a point before it like becomes a circle, and then that's the light bulb kind of situation. Again, just suggestions. Don't know if it would be good or not. Such a big model to have such a weird little BS thing on it, though. That's wild. I got a tournament in a couple weeks. But no, there's not an event that's making me paint a ton. I just like painting, bro. Paint is love. Paint is life. I mostly don't like having like backlogs. I know a lot of people who are just like, oh, I put together like 1,000 points of this and I haven't painted anything yet, and now I'm gonna put together 1,000 points of this other thing. I'm like, you're an idiot. You're never gonna paint anything. You're gonna sprint infinitely forward on building, and then the dopamine of you building something is gonna hit, and you're gonna be like, yeah, and then you're gonna want more, and then you're just gonna keep building and building and building for the instant dopamine, and then never paint. And you're gonna be trapped in that endless ADHD cycle of starting projects you never finish. That, and I've got like 2 people who were like, I might make you paint my whole army. I'm like, make me? That can only be done with money, sir. And they're like, we know. And I was like, sweet. So I'd rather not have my own backlog if they ever get in contact. Yo, if you could cut it off and apply a snow globe with like a small scene of like an Eldar in the snow in it. That would be peak. All you need to do is learn to make snow globes. Oh, yo, I got it. Fill it with fluid with ferro fluid in it. And then, like, put a magnet near it. Or, like, a little speaker. What, man? All I gotta do is learn how to build snow globes. Just be a snow globe builder. Learn to code, bro. I do not envy you for this puzzle. This is, these are those annoying puzzles where there is no real answer. It's the same issue I'm having with my, my Murder Wing Raptors. The ones that I'm trying to make before the kill team rules drop. Phone call. We back. I just want to paint this, man. Just want to get all this gold on here. We gotta do the white for the robes. Yeah, Jack, Aaron was talking about how we should probably use the pretty defunct Friends Discord. For talking about like local 40K stuff for us. I don't know if we need to do all that though. We could just do like a Steam group. Like when you and Max talk to me, it's always on Steam for that type of stuff. Because dude, he is hyped. Rand's Discord, glory. I mean, unless you guys got a new Friends Discord. Didn't invite me. Classic. That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on what we do. Because I know Max messages me on Steam. Rand messages me on Steam. You message me on Steam. He messages me on Steam. Steam has group chats. We could probably just either start a group chat or actually populate the group chat that Rand threw me into called Get Fucked On with other people. Yeah, like a Tesla coil, or not like a Tesla. It's like the swirling electric effect. Make it work out, man. Alright, we're gonna have to get some orange down here in a second. Because you haven't experienced anything unless you've experienced Aaron being hyped about a thing we're all doing. Because you'll pop in there and be like, I'm thinking of using these models in this list. I think it'll be good. And then he'll go on for hours about how a little switch or something he's going to have is going to easily counter it. Which is always fun. It's like the ultimate WWE trash talk. Of being like, oh yeah? That probably won't do much to this thing that I'm going to use. And then you guys play. And then you kick his ass with it and he's like, damn it. It's so good. It's been a while since Aaron's messaged me at like 4 in the morning. Like, I haven't woken up to an Aaron message in a very long time. Of him just being like, what about this? It's like, what the hell, man? I was asleep. That's probably the biggest issue, Francois, with models like Titans. They're so big that you're like, I have to make sure my interactions, my end game results feel worth it, right? Like, this is what I'm gonna be stuck with for a while. It's gotta look good, and then like, you there's sort of like a back and forth conversation in that with the company that makes the model or how the model is designed. And if that conversation is very much like, oh, I can't wait for it to look good from your side, and then the place it's coming from is like, enjoy stuff that doesn't look great, you're just like, oh, I think I got my work cut out for me. Nah, he's got an armor cast Aldari Titan that he's trying to figure out. The gun he's trying to paint looks like a doorknob, and he's trying to figure out like a good way to paint it, which is absolute struggle bus. Like, I got nothing. We've gone over the potential for like an electrical effect. Doesn't want to do a soulstone effect, which I agree with. It's not soulstone shaped. All I could think is tertiary armor color. But that does feel like a cop-out on such a big model. I feel like you'd have to like mask up before even priming it. You'd have to mask up with like a Dremel tool. Make your own details. That's all I can think of. But we're already well past that point, I guess. Ah. I'm assuming the name is Panic? Welcome in from the raid. Mega raid. What you guys paint? What's up, Raven Hobbies? We are working diligently on a proxy for a winged demon prince for my Emperor's Children using one of the Dexessa or Sinacessa models. Oh, Norn Emissary. It's a big one. Trying to get it to look similar to the alternative. I like the difference of looks though. That way if I give them different enhancements I could be like, oh, the one with the full fins. That one has the super bonus.
Poggers.
Oh, thanks for the follow. But yeah, thus continues my ever moving forward feeling of wanting Emperor's Children to be very fun and playable in tournaments. Only for the meta to consistently remind me that they are not. I got to test run my list though. Pretty recently, and like straight into the big kid pool, right? Like, not even like let's see how this works just casually against a random thing. No. The very meta Necron Pantheon list is my first attempt at seeing how this thing works. I'm gonna go ahead and say it does not. Considering how meta my local area is, this next tournament I'm going to, it's probably going to consist of at least one, if not two, Pantheon lists. So that'll be fun. Oh, I'm going to need the luck. I almost killed the Nightbringer in one go. But it did prove that I have to be a little bit more patient than you'd expect in order to actually pull it off. Had I waited, I probably could have done better. Hell yeah. Non-metallic gold's looking good. Alright, Panic. Have a good rest. I'm hoping to do the same later. I'm running mostly on caffeine right now. It's no bueno. What do we do next? We can just keep pushing the gold. Let's do the highlights. This is in particular just some places, not everywhere. We just tap with a little bit of a white highlight. More phone calls. It never ends. Oh, so many phone calls. It's only half titty. Slaanesh does stick to the androgyny side of things. As Slaanesh does. Just a little bit more white highlight. We're gonna need the semi-light blue for horns. There's only one. That's the titty. It's only on the one side. Also, if we were painting fiends, I'd probably have to like use censorship bars. Ugh. Why you got a human utter me, bro? I get it, Slaanesh. Hue cows are a fetish. But you don't gotta make four-legged versions of them run at me on the field, man. probably gonna do the flat whites for when I do the blue gems with Pro Acryl. So flat's okay, but so flat gets a little textury if you apply too much of it. Even when I hit it with like glazing medium or water, it's still just like, let me get chalky for you, bro. No. Yeah, but Necron Pantheon hurts. Ugh, not looking forward to having to deal with it again. Like, having the Deceiver kill all of my Demon Princes with wings, like, no issue at all. Just dev wounds with anti-character. The word power creep doesn't even begin to describe. I think YouTube's censoring a bunch of stuff. My buddy brought something up the other day. Not sure what. Let's do the horns next. Feeling horns. I think I do Fenris Gray for the horns. These hands were so obnoxious to frickin' glue together. Gonna get PTSD from this model. That's crazy that the stencil is taking so long, but maybe, is it like really big? Like, is that why it's taking so long? I feel like when I ordered my stencils for my GSC, like, I ordered them and then they were just like here. I just walked outside one day and they're like, oh, here's your stencils. Like, what? Let me do... No, yeah, they're made to order, but like... I don't know, it still feels weird. Like the timing. I guess, yeah, are they just huge? Maybe backlog. I know with like the tabletop stronghold peeps. Or no, it was Warp Fire for the US. They were like, we don't work on the holidays. You can put the orders in if you want. We'll get them to you as early as possible. It's like, whoa. Alright. No, not slightly metallic at all. It's just Fenris gray, and then you go over it with like a green shade blue from So Flat. It's not that opaque. It's very transparent. And then we're just gonna hit up some specific places with. Oh no, this is the wrong glue. I thought I read Techless. There it is. What's up, Preston? There we go. And then the application is more texture than anything else. Just touches here and there. But yeah, usually if I have like a decent looking low opacity paint, I try to figure out interesting things to do with like undercolor to kind of like push it in fun ways. And Fenris Gray is like kind of just a flat metallic almost. So the undertexture of the gray from the Fenris with the transparency and texture that comes from the green shade, the blue-green shade. Just kind of looks nice. That's just fun with over-under color. There we go. I'm also painting some Emperor's Children, Preston. We doing it. Do we do the white next? I think we do. Specifically the white cloth. Where is Brigade Gray? Here we go. For this bit. What, Fulgrim? My condolences. An amazing looking model that is outdone by almost anything of equal points in the game. Still mind-blowing to me. I can't wait to like find out we've all been using him wrong. That those points, the only value to those points is the fact that he can fly and go like 16 inches. And that what he really should be used for is like going around doing missions. Never charges anyone. His whole purpose is just to show up and do missions. Because you can't stop him. He's probably not bad to paint, but he, like, for how much they talked about him being, like, the duelist, the one that can, like, defeat most things, he is so drastically underpowered. Watching Angron one-tap him relentlessly. Even if Angron goes second, still one-taps him. Like, I'd accept him more if the meta was different. But now that we're going to start seeing more, like, Pantheon lists, I don't think there's a single monster in Pantheon he can take on 1v1. Like, I can only think of how the Deceiver would work, just popping out and being like, alright, I'm hitting you with, like, a ton of dev. Jesus. Why? Why? I've done cool things with him. I went to an Orc Horde team. That's where he thrives, man. Orc Horde? Yeah, you have to play Phoenician Court for him to be okay. Or you do the other trick where you don't take other leaders and then you play what is it? Chosen. That way he gets full wound rerolls at all times. That was like the other way to go. It was something we were thinking of at the store. We were like, dude, we maybe have to go. We have to go like Chosen. He's the Warlord right off the rip. You keep him Warlord the whole time. He gets +1 to wound rolls. Or full rerolls of wound. Dude, local meta. Every game I've played, I get to use him like once. And then he underwhelms. Every single time. He's just like, I didn't kill it. And I'm like, alright, cool. And then he dies. like, in some way, shape, or form, he dies. And then I'm just sitting there sad. That's why we're going to try Peerless. We're going to try Peerless with Lucius. Because Lucius is funny. Three DPs with wings. Bunch of infractors. Some flawless blades mixed in. Lucius is fantastic. Decent points value. His ability to spike is just like so out there. I almost one-tapped the Defiler with just him, no bodyguard. And then you toss him into Peerless where he charges and then is able to gain like sustain or lethal. Like it's so good, man. Up his AP if you need it. If someone runs away from him because he has fights first, you pay a command point and charge. The biggest issue with Peerless is that all the command point costs in that list, except like 2 things, I think, they all cost 2. So you have to be very explicit about what you're doing, when, and why. It's very razor's edge of a team. Your go turn is usually turn 2. To the effect of if what happens to me, if what happened to me at the test game happens again in live, like in a tournament, I'm just gonna have to pitch the frickin' cards. The first cards I got, like the right out the rip cards, were like bring it down and I think assassinate. Top of turn 1. The winged ones, I also think they underperform. But, like, it's what we got. The charge mortals can be nice. But I always run into the same issue. I consistently run into the same issue. Of, like, oh, I could get, like, a bunch of wounds on you. And then I, like, under-roll my average. Like, the average on a full health is, like, 5. And I don't think I've had a game where I've rolled above, like, a 4 average. Like, when you roll 10 dice looking for 4s and you get, like, a 1. Sad news bears. There's a lot of tricks, though, you can do with demons. Like I was saying in Peerless, if you retreat, I'm able to pay command points to charge. And the rules for the Demon Princes is explicitly that the mortals occur on charge. Not in the charge phase, just on charge. So if you're going to run from my Demon Prince and then I charge you, I'm going to do mortals to you. Heroic The Heroic Intervention, I believe, allows me to get mortals as well. Which there is a command point. Or there's a enhancement that gives me free heroic. And it's the kind of free heroic where I can heroic if I've already heroicked. So if you have 2 DPs in the area and you heroic with one and then free heroic with the other for free, like for the extra, that's 2 charge freaking. 2 charge mortal hits. Which is nice. For the damage output, yeah, you could have better results with knights, but I think the goal with the DPs is if you're not going, they're fast enough that they're able to get to missions and get points if they need to. Like, that's probably their biggest key element, is that they can just be where they need to be. Not the best use of them, but it's at least an option. I use Knight Tyrants in my actual Knights list. They're cool when they pop off, but I've also had games where they're highly ineffectual. And that's me running them as a, what is it? Infernal Lance? So sometimes I'm like, let me give them sustain and let me just unload with plasma cannons and friggin' volcano lances and shit. Which becomes a world of fun when you're playing into armies with 4+ invulns. And you manage like 2 Volcano Lance shots on like a tank. You're like, yeah, take it. And then they roll 2 4s and they're like, I did. And you're like, cool. Super fun. I think the first time I used my Knight Tyrant, though, I rolled really well for the entirety of the tournament I took him to. He was very effective. Got to hang out at back, prevent things from coming in on deep strike. Toad onto an objective, rip things apart. No, yeah, it's evil. But you play enough and you start to find out that it's as evil as 4+ invulns. Like, quite literally just as evil as a 4+ invuln. Probably one of the best things on him, I think, are the Geist Strikes that get the dev wounds that are they're super heavy or whatever it is, anti-Titan. Or anti-Titanic. I think they have dev wounds. Those things are nasty. Especially if your local tournament scene has, like, top-end Knights players. If I go further south than my usual place that I go, I will run into the world's #1 Chaos Knights player. That's his stomping ground. And the place that I normally go usually has one Knights player that plays on like one of those team comp things. Like he's international. He does like the, what is it, like the 5v5s or whatever they do now. And he's their Knights player on, I think, one of the US teams. Not the big US team. It's like a smaller US team. But they do all right on an international level. Most of the lists I build for my EC feel fun, though. Into, like, Jail Kroot, it's not the worst. Orc Horde feels fantastic. Those are actually enjoyable for me. Good back and forth. It's great. But then when Victrixes were king, basically everybody and their mom here was playing Space Marines with Victrix. The Victrix combos. One of the people from the club that I play with put it best. I love playing the game, but at some point I'd also enjoy playing against people who weren't internationally like top 20. Like I'd like to just have like a fun game once in a while. Just with like some random new people. Like when you're at a small comic book store in like an industrial town in kind of like the middle of nowhere, and the guy sitting across from you is #3 in World Death Guard. Just like, what the hell, man? The white robes. We should probably grab the flat white now. Like the actual Pro Acryl Titanium. Which I've been using for what feels like 2 years now, and I've been using a lot of it, and it still has a lot of paint in it for some reason. I do not understand what that is. It's like the magic, it's the magic infinite bottle of Pro Acryl White. It's great. We gotta hit the gemstones with it, so I can hit them with fluorescent blue in a second. Because the sibling is green, since we're kind of trying to invert this one. I figure blue would be good. Ooh. Oh. Holding breath in to stabilize. Like a goddamn paint sniper. Alright, let's do a couple things. Let me grab my Reichland Flesh Shade. We don't want it everywhere. Because it doesn't have to be. But like there's a lot of like these little creases and crevices and stuff back here. We're just going to tone it a little differently. The idea is kind of to apply it and then quickly go over it with like a slightly wet brush. Thin it out just enough. washing with some help. I also gotta find my Blood for the Blood God technical paint. I want this one to have the same effect when it's done of like the skin on its back being stretched beyond its limit and breaking occasionally. Like where some of the piercings are and stuff. Just bleeding a little bit. Belly button shade. Get the hair worked up a little bit. Evil Sons. Where is my Wild Rider? There it is. Happy we went with the redhead idea. We're going to push it though. We're going to go a little further beyond. With Wild Rider Red. Which when you see it, you're going to go, wait, I might be colorblind. I'm pretty sure that's orange. Very similar to how my Warlock Purple works. Which is, it says Warlock Purple on the bottle. It is very pink. Alright, let's do some flesh highlights. I think flayed one. Because airbrush flesh is great, but it's not super easy to get the higher contrast. So it's usually a good idea to get like a really light flesh tone. Like a layer paint. Try to push it back a little bit. I've got like 2 hours of sleep under my belt. One of the new renters completely doesn't really care, it seems, about the stuff they signed. About like trying to keep it down past 10 and shit. They came in at 3 o'clock with a person, which again, unless everyone knows someone else is going to be here, you can't really do that. And they were just up till 5 a.m. just talking. So tired. I want to lift today. So we do it. I mean, it's still a contract you have to sign. And it's not that you can't bring them back. You got to let people know that that's probably going to be the case. Because when you have people living here and some rando just kind of shows up. I mean, if no one knows what's happening, that's kind of in the cards for like cops to get called. The thought of someone breaking in. Oh yeah, that's fine. But this person did, and doesn't seem to really pay attention to anything that they signed. Everything on that contract's based on like liability issues. Like, hey, please lock the doors. What you up to though, man? Yo, I might make use of the Steam channel you made, the Get Fucked channel. Might invite Aaron and Max to it. Because Aaron just seems to want a place to like talk to people about 40k stuff. And Jack doesn't really use Discord. Well, that's the thing. It's not even reading it. We told her all this stuff. We were like, yo, dog. You know, you've got this many other people living here. A lot of them work bright and early in the morning. Don't be noisy past like 10 o'clock, please. Like, that'd be super great if you weren't like actively trying to ruin everyone's days. Meanwhile, 4 a.m., just moving furniture around, chatting, just full volume. It's like, all right. On a Wednesday, my dude. You say, wait, what? But here we go. I noticed it the other day. I looked down on the frickin' the list that we had here and I saw it and I was like, oh shit. Like, it's just everything connected in my brain. Yeah. Yeah, because Jack said he doesn't really boot up Discord at all. So, I mean, everyone's talking to me on Steam about this stuff. So it's probably best to just have, like, the one room on Steam, basically. No, it's on the bottom left. It's not like it's just in the group chat drop down. There's a group chat menu that maybe you closed. Yeah. Again, like, I looked over and then I looked down and I was like, what? Where's this? And then I remember, like, forever ago that you friggin' invited me and then messaged, and we're just like, lol, and then that was it. Alright, where's my blue? My blue! But yeah, instead of purple hair, I opted for red. I think the red just looks better. And then we're going to do fluorescent blue gems. No, Max does use Steam. He messages me occasionally on it. I see him pop up. I mean, granted, he more or less DMs me on Discord. Which, again, Jack doesn't use. He messages me on Discord too, because I think from like his work or his phone, maybe he does Discord more. I mean, Steam does have a phone messaging system. Oh, this is so weird to hold. Whew. Hell yeah. Maybe a little more on the white. The rule is usually never go pure white on your color, but F it. Sometimes it do be funny looking. Yeah, but I mean, if you airbrush, if you just put like a little bit of blue and white in your airbrush, or like a little bit of purple, like the tiniest bit, honestly, that's perfectly fine. When I went to go pick this model up, there were two people playing at the store. They were learning the rules. They're like, yeah, we gotta get ready. So I think they're gonna try to go to the tourney that I'm gonna go to. One of them was playing Sisters. I should probably check the Thursday night Discord. See if those people have said anything about actually showing up tonight. The Thursday one, I'm a little more loose on, like... Well, okay, Sisters aren't hard to learn, but they're hard to understand depending on your mindset. Like, if you're built in of, like, oh, I don't care if my stuff dies. I'm gonna send the weak stuff out to do missions and die. That's fine. Like, you got it. That's... You did it. A round of applause. You've achieved Sister strats. But if you're stuck in the loop of like, oh, I really painted these nice though, I don't want them to like come off the table right away, then like, oh, gotta get some more games under your belt, bro. That was the mindset for my Hearthkin Salvager kill team that I had to overcome. When we were sitting here talking about it for like 2 days before the tournament, I was trying to figure out exactly what I was going to do. And then I was like, these are the 4 units that I need to run forward to do the mission so they can die. The big brain play is to do it right around the time where the only option the enemy has is to use their good models to kill them. Because if that's the case, then those models get bonus grudge tokens. And then I'll just shellac them later. And it worked out. When you get 4 grudges on a heavy weapon specialist who's in cover, no longer in conceal, and now there's a tiny beacon next to him that makes it so that he's not actually in cover when I shoot him. Enjoy your 4 crits. Wow. Jack, if you're in chat, this is what I do with the that cork board. I use the same cork board you got. That plus Mod Podge to seal it, and then you prime it. Then I usually surround it in texture paste. Which you don't necessarily need. Yeah, this is cork. All my Emperor's Children are cork board. Yeah, they're all corked up, bro. Fully corked. It's full corkage. Fulgrim has more cork on his base than, like, anything else. There's so much cork on that base. Alright. The signature moment. The equivalent to Bob Ross thinning out some of his red. And writing the ROSS on the bottom. This is so hard to hold. hell yeah. They are now very much tourney ready. Bam. So yeah, these two will be floating alongside my Sigvald one. Charging enemies, rolling 10 dice for the mortals, and getting on average 4 wounds out of it. Pog. I think I need to start using them as like a brick, though. Because they all go 14 inches, so you get within 14 inches of a 3-man demon knight, or demon friggin' prince brick, then it's just 3 things hitting you for 30 potential mortals. It's probably what we have to do. What's up, Peacock? Popping in here at the end. I'm gonna have to go get these varnished, or one of them varnished, rather. The other one's fine. Oh, we are tourney ready, though. We still have the Murder Wing team that I custom built, I guess, to work on, but we'll have to do that later because it is 3:30. Nice little 3-hour stream to finish up the layer paints on my new DP with wings. Got a bunch of stuff I want to try to look into today. Get a couple things done extra. Got to prep for this apparent ridiculous snowstorm. Make some videos for these two as well. It'll be good. Well, thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out. Probably stream tomorrow. Not sure. We'll see. Ugh. Well, cooking. If the power goes out and I don't have food, it's gonna be annoying. Till next time, guys. Later.